and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here today to talk about books. I've had a couple challenges getting this recorded and posted this week, so I apologize for it being a few days late. But we're here now, so let's get on to what we're all here to talk about, books. This is my third book for June, and it is Royal Blood by Amy Carter. Even Bright has a problem, and it's not just that she's been to 8 different schools in the last 7 years, and it's not really that she can't live with her mom, and it's not that people keep calling her Evangeline, but they can stop doing that at any time. Even's big problem is also a big secret, and she has had to keep it forever. Her father, Alexander, is the King of England. There was a time before he was king when he gave up his royal life. Then his father died, and Alexander returned to England and became king. Even would love to live with her mom, but her mom lives with schizophrenia, and while she is treated for it, it makes it impossible for them to live in the same house. So when Even has to leave her current school, Jenkins, one of her father's aides, who also helps take care of her, decides that it is time for the king to get to know his daughter. Alexander is married to Helene, and they have a daughter, Charlotte, who is the same age as Even. The fact that Alexander has another daughter is a secret which must be kept. But when the press inevitably finds out that the king has another daughter, Even's top priority is to keep her mother protected from unwanted attention. This book isn't all fun, as some books of this type are. Even is threatened by someone who she thought was a friend and is accused of a crime. And because of the way she is perceived by everyone, they believe that she committed the crime. Royal Blood is part contemporary fiction, part romance, and the first book in a new YA mystery series that promises to be every bit as good as it seems. At this point, I always mention other books to read for a similar experience, and we are going to take this in a couple different directions today. Because this book is about royals, I will mention books that deal with royalty, but it's also about a girl who comes to understand herself and her family better. And so we'll look at a book where the main character comes to understand herself better as well. And we'll veer away from our regular format and maybe even mention a movie. And if you're wondering why I'm taking so many quick drinks while I'm recording, it's because it's a little hot and humid out today, and so I'm just trying to stay fully hydrated. I've got some lime water. And the first book I'll mention today deals with royalty, but royalty of the fairy kind. It is the Folk of the Air series, which starts with the first book, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Jude was 7 years old when her parents died, and Madoc took her and her sisters to live in the High Court of Fairy. All she has wanted is to belong, but mortals are despised by the Fae, and mortals are so easy to torment, especially for Prince Cardan, the youngest son of the High King. Jude is presented with the opportunity to finally belong. She is taken on as a spy because humans can do something that no fairy can. They can lie. To win a place at court, Jude must defy Prince Cardan and face the consequences. Jude will learn of her own capacity for trickery and risk her life to save her sisters and Fairy itself. The Betrothed by Kiera Cass. King Jameson declares his love for Lady Hollis Bright and asks her to marry him. Hollis is thrilled. She's grown up with other nobility, each hoping that they would be the one to catch the king's eye. It's a dream come true. But she soon realizes that her new life brings new expectations, ones that make her wonder if she really wants this life. And when she meets a commoner who can see right through to her heart, Hollis discovers that the future she wants is one she never dreamed of. A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. This is a YA mystery series that is an update on the Sherlock Holmes stories. This story follows Jamie Watson, the third great-grandson of Dr. Watson, and Charlotte Holmes, the third great-granddaughter of Sherlock Holmes. Charlotte has inherited not only Sherlock's temperament, but his abilities to solve crimes. Jamie thinks it's best to admire Charlotte from afar, until a series of crimes occurs that was taken straight from the cases of Sherlock Holmes. Jamie and Charlotte are being framed for murder, and the only way to clear themselves is to join forces and solve the case. This is the first in a series of Sherlock Holmes books, and it's a solid read. And finally, I'm going to suggest something that I kept thinking of while reading this book. And while it does not deal with royalty, it has a lot of similarities to Royal Blood. It is the 2003 teen comedy movie, What a Girl Wants. Daphne has never met her father. She lives in New York with Libby, her musician mother, and has always dreamt of the day that her father appears at their place. But 17 years have gone by, and this still has not happened. Finally, after graduation, Daphne takes off for England to find him. When he learns of Daphne's existence, her father, Henry, is all for getting to know her. But as you can imagine, his current fiancée and her daughter aren't so crazy about the idea. Daphne tries to fit into Henry's life and social circles, even going so far as to change who she is. I won't go any further into the story, but it is a fun little film. And there we are. I hope that you enjoyed this look at Royal Blood by Amy Carter and other books and a movie to consume for a similar experience. I will return soon with Lake House by Sarah Beth Durst, and that'll be early next week. You can expect an Explore and Create coming up within the next couple days. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about Royal Blood by Amy Carter, and I hope that you will give this or any of the other books a read if you're interested. I'll be back soon. Until then, I hope that you continue to enjoy all that you do and all that you read.